Kewe Ovo watched as people made their way to the front of the church to pay their last respect to her grandmother Kyoja Ovo. Most of these people didn't even know her, Kewe said to her best friend Debbie, who sat beside her on the front pew of the church.
Don't worry, it will soon be over,
Debbie replied, squeezing Kewe's hand to comfort her. Kewe and Debbie have been inseparable right from childhood. They did everything together and people often thought they were sisters. Kewe's parents had died in an accident when Kewe was just a year old, and so her grandmother raised her up. Kyoja Ovo worked very hard to provide Kewe with all that she needed growing up. She and Kewe had a very close relationship. Kewe loved her grandmother very much, but she still wished she had met her parents. She had always wondered what they were like, but her Kyoja rarely spoke about them.
Let's get out of here,
Kewe said to Debbie when the funeral service was finally over. She couldn't bear staying any longer as the only family she had was gone, and she was deeply heartbroken. They left the church and went back to Debbie's house, as Debbie wouldn't allow Kewe to go back home. On getting home, they ordered in and watched a movie.
I have to go to Grandma's house to sort out her things tomorrow,
Said Kewe.
I would love to help you with that, but I have to go to work. I will stop by and join you on my way back.
Back, replied Debbie. Thanks, Debbie. Somewhere in Lagos, in a dimly lit room, a man in a suit stared intently into the eyes of a trembling man sitting across him.
Where is my money?
Asked the man in suit.
Please, boss. Give me one more week, I will get the money for you,
Replied the trembling man. The man in suit nodded at one of his boys, and the boy came up and beat up the trembling man till he almost passed out. This is your last warning, said the man.
Yes, boss.
Said the trembling man, and the man in suit walked out of the room. As Kewe was sorting her grandmother's stuff the next day, she remembered their fond memories, how her grandmother was always there for her, how she trained her with the little money she had. Tears swelled in her eyes, and she wished her grandmother had lived long enough so she could enjoy the fruit of her labor. Suddenly, she saw a shiny reflection under her grandmother's bed, and she bent down to have a better look. She saw a box and picked it up with curiosity. She tried to open the box, but it was locked. She wondered where her grandmother could possibly have kept the key. All of a sudden, she remembered her grandmother's last words to her. Kewe, there's something you need to know. Check inside my jewelry box. There's a key inside with instructions. Remember that I always love you. She quickly searched for the jewelry box and found it. Opening it, she saw a key, but there wasn't any instruction with it. But now she was really curious as to what could possibly be in the box. She went over to the box hoping that was the right key. She put the key in the lock, turned it, and to her great relief, the lock opened. She opened the box and looked inside. Upon seeing the contents of the box, she dropped the box in shock. She couldn't believe what she just saw. She shook her head in disbelief, and tears ran down her face. She ran out of the house and went for a walk to organize her thoughts, hoping that she had misinterpreted what she had seen. She brought out her phone and called Debbie.
Where are you?
I'm on my way now.
Replied Debbie. So she waited for Debbie to come before returning back to the house. What's the problem? Asked Debbie worriedly on seeing Kewe's face.
You have to see for yourself.
answered Kere, and she led Debbie into the room and showed her the boss. Debbie's reaction was the same as hers on seeing what was inside the box,
I have to find out the truth.
said Kere,
I will go with you.
said Debbie reassuringly. So Kere wrote down an address and both embarked on a journey to the address where Kere wrote down. Kere was anxious all through the journey, dreading what she would find out at the address. The journey lasted for 16 hours, so they had to stop at a motel at night to rest and continue the next day. All through the night, Kere tossed and turned as she couldn't sleep. So many questions kept running through her mind. As early as 5 a.m. the next morning, they continued the journey. They finally arrived at the address by late noon. Kere stared at the house in front of her for some minutes as she couldn't bring herself to move. Debbie held her hand reassuringly, and she gathered courage and climbed up the stairs and knocked on the door. A woman opened the door, and upon seeing Kere, she gasped and dropped the cup she was holding, and it shattered. Kere felt like she was staring into a mirror as she looked at the woman. She felt her whole body going numb. Kere, the woman stammered. Kere realized she had been holding her breath for a while now. She couldn't believe her eyes. This was too much for her. She turned around and ran back towards Debbie's car. The woman went after her. Kere, Kere, grabbing Kere's hand. Please wait, don't leave. Let me explain everything to you,
I can't do this.
said, removing her hand from the woman's grasp. She went back into the car, tears running down her cheeks. Debbie went into the car to comfort her friend,
We don't have to do this today.
said. Let's go and eat and find a motel to rest. So they went, had dinner, and went to rest. The next day, Kere decided to go back to the woman, but she told Debbie that she would like to go there alone. She knocked on the door, this time with determination. A man opened the door this time around. A little girl behind him
How can I help you?
said,
I am looking for this woman.
Kere said, holding up a picture to the man.
Oh, that's my wife. Who are you?
I'm Kere. Please tell her I'm here to see her. All right, come in. Kere went into the house. She looked around and saw pictures of the woman, the man, and 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. Kere felt her heart sinking, but she held herself. Be strong, Kere, she whispered to herself.
Can I offer you anything?
Asked.
No, I'm okay, thank you.
Kere replied. The woman came out and sat on the couch opposite Kere. The woman took a deep breath. Hello, Kere. My name is Alero, and I'm your mother. You are supposed to be dead, Kere whispered. Alero nodded, tears streaming down her face. I can explain everything. When I was 25 years old, I was dating a man, but at the time, I didn't know the truth about him and his family. He was the son of a very powerful drug lord, and his family was involved in very horrible things. When I found out the truth about him, I broke up with him. 3 months later, I found out I was pregnant. But I didn't let your father know because they were very dangerous people. I couldn't risk them knowing about you. So I gave you to my mother, your grandmother, to raise you. Alera took a deep breath. That was the hardest decision I have ever made, but I had to do it to protect you,
I don't believe this.
said Kere.
I can see just how difficult it is for you.
Said Kere sarcastically, pointing to the pictures of Alero and her family. You have your family. You never cared about me or even revealed yourself to me. Up until yesterday, I didn't know I had parents or even siblings.
You are a wicked woman.
Kere screamed.
I don't care what you say about my father.
For all I know, you could be lying.
Said Kere, feeling betrayed.
I'm going to look for him and find out the truth for myself.
Kere said and stormed out of Alero's house.
Thank you for watching. If you love this story, please subscribe so you get notified when more stories are being released. Thank you.